Okay, anyways, 33, median altitude, or 35, median altitude or neither?
That's neither.
Neither?
It's not go up to the vortex.
I mean, it was supposed to be, but it's fine. It's an altitude, but I just can't draw very good. I drew with my pencil.
Oh.
37. It is a neither. Okay, it's got to be going up to the vertex. Okay, the corner. Uh, 39. You're going to count the number of sides and say n minus 2 times 180. Huh? 720? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. An octagon has 8 sides. So 8 minus 2 times 180.
1080.
1080? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. 43, you're going to count the number of sides. How many is that? 10. So you're going to say 10 minus 2 times 180. And what does that give you?
1440.
1440, somebody agree? Okay. And then you're going to take 1440 and type that on your calculator and then subtract every piece on the inside. So 1440 minus 144 minus, okay, and go through and do all of them. $180. Somebody agree? Okay, 180. Okay, 45. Are those on the same side or opposite corners? Same side or opposite corners? Same side. So what do you do for same side?
Minus 180.
Minus 180. So 180 minus 114.
66.
66. Okay, 47. Are those on the same side or are they on opposite corners?
Same side.
They're on the same side, so we're going to add them together and say equals 180. Okay, so 22x plus 7 plus 85 equals 180. Okay, who can get combined? The 7 and the 85, so 7 plus 85. 92. Okay, so we're going to get 22x plus 92 equals 180. Subtract 92 from both sides. So 180 minus 92. 180 minus 92.
88.
88. Okay, and then what? Divide by 22. So 88 divided by 22. 4. Okay, is that an answer option?
Yes.
Yes, so that probably checks out. Does that mean it's right? No.
No.
Okay, but it's a good idea. Okay, 49. Are those the same sides or opposite corners? They are on opposite corners. Okay, so opposite corners are equal. Okay, opposite corners are equal. So we're going to set them equal to each other. So 16x plus 6 equals 17x plus 2. Okay, you're going to move your letters to the left and numbers to the right. Who needs moved? What?
Does it matter if we put 17x first or
No.
16x first?
No, but you would choose to move different things than I'm going to do because
Okay.
yours are on different sides. Who needs moved? 17 and a 6. Okay, so the 6's and the 17's are going to cross out. Okay, so I'm going to get negative 1x equals negative 4. Bless you. Okay, and then what would need done? Divide both sides by negative 1. Okay, and what would that give you? X equals positive 4. Okay, and then we need to plug that back into D. Okay, plug that back into D. What is D? 17x plus 2. So it's going to look like 17 parentheses 4, close parenthesis, plus 2. What does that give you? 70? So A. Okay, 51. If the left side is 17, what's the right?
17.
17. Okay, opposite on the outside, things are equal. Okay, on the outside, things are always equal. Whoa. Okay, 53, you're going to set them equal to each other. So 1x plus 2 equals 2x minus 6. Okay, we need to move our letters to the left and the numbers to the right. Who's getting moved? Okay, we're going to move the 2x. Who else?
2.
A minus 2 and a minus 2. Okay, who's getting crossed out?
2.
Yeah, the 2's and the 2x's. Okay, so I'm going to get negative 1x equals negative 8. Okay, and then what needs done?
Divide by negative 1.
Divide by negative 1. So negative 8 divided by negative 1.
Positive.
Negative 8 divided by negative 1.
Oh, positive.
Positive 8. Okay, and so that's going to be C. Okay, 55, we're going to say negative 3x. Negative 3, or negative 3 plus 5x equals 3x plus 3. Okay, we're going to move our letters to the left and the numbers to the right. Who needs moved? 3x needs moved. Who else? The negative 3. Okay, so these 3's are going to cancel and those 3's are going to cancel. Okay, so I'm going to get 2x equals 6. Okay, then what would need to happen?
You gotta divide those.
Divide by 2. And so what is that going to give me? 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, so we know that x equals 3. Okay, what is it asking you to find? KL. What is KL?
3x plus
3x plus 3. So it's going to look like 3 parenthesis 3, close parenthesis, plus 3. What is that? 12? So D. Okay, 57. Are those two the same or are they different?
Different.
They're different. So different means what? Yeah, do it minus 180. Okay, so 180 minus 96.
84.
84.
84. So D. Okay, 59. Are those two the same or are they different?
They're different.
They're different. So different means add together to equal 180. Okay, so we're going to say 120 plus 5x equals 180.
5x.
15x.
Oh, 15? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so 15. Okay, who needs moved first?
120.
Minus 120 from both sides. So 180 minus 120? 180 minus 120.
60.
60. Okay, and then what? Divide both sides by 15. Okay, 60 divided by 15. 4. Okay, 61, are those two the same or are they different?
Different.
They're different. Okay, so we're gonna add them together and set them equal to 180. So negative 14 plus 16x plus 7x minus 13 equals 180. Okay, what needs done? Add the numbers together. Okay, so who can go together? Negative 14 and 13, and that's gonna give me what?
Negative 27.
Negative 27, and then I can add 16 plus 7. 16 plus 7.
23.
23. So plus 23x equals 180. Add 27 to both sides, so 180 plus 27. 180 plus 27.
207.
207. Okay, and then what? Divide both sides by 23. 207 divided by 23?
9.
9? And so we get x equals 9. Okay, and they want you to find what? B. Okay, so negative 14 plus 16, parenthesis, 9. Close parenthesis. What does that give you? 130? Somebody agree?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, 63. What do we do for 63?
Add them together and divide.
We're going to add them together and then divide by 2. Okay, we take the top one plus the bottom one and then divide by 2. What is that?
28.
28? Which number do we know that it's not for sure?
30.
Not true.
Wait, no, 18.
18, okay? Because it can't be any lower than 20 and it can't be any higher than 36. We know that for sure. Okay, so if you had to make some sort of educated guess, definitely don't pick that one, okay? It can't be any lower or any higher than the numbers that they gave you. So like this one has to be lower than 8, but also less, or higher than 8, but less than 10. Okay? Well, because that one kind of like backwards. 65, you're going to take the top plus the bottom and divide by 2. Okay, take the top plus the bottom and divide by 2. What do you get?
15.
15. And so you're going to set that equal to the middle one. Okay? So it's really going to look like 5 plus 2x equals 15. Okay? And then who needs moved? The 5. So you're going to subtract 5 from 15. What does that give you? 10. And then what would you need to do?
Divide by 2.
Divide both sides by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, 67, it says classify each triangle by its sides. By its sides. How many sides are the same on this one? 2, so what kind is that? Isosceles. 69. How many of the sides are the same? 2. It is also an isosceles. $71. I want you to do it by its angles. Okay, by its angles. It is an obtuse. Okay, 118 lets us know that that's an obtuse.
What is equal angle or?
We'll talk. And then 73 is a right. Okay, 75. 75, how many do you have to pick? 2 names. Okay, now I can tell you that an equilateral, okay, every time you see an equilateral, you're going to have to remember that an equilateral also goes with acute. Okay, so this, even though it doesn't say it, it's equilateral acute. There is no other way to have an equilateral without it being acute. Okay, so people don't ever say equilateral acute, they just say equilateral. Okay, because it has to be acute. You cannot have an equilateral right. You cannot have an equilateral obtuse. It's impossible. Okay, so equilateral also means acute at the same time. Okay, now, what kind is this? Acute, definitely I agree. And it is an isosceles, for sure. Okay, 77. 77.
Scaling, isosceles.
Perfect. No. Why is that one not? Definitely not that. No. Why is a scalene isosceles definitely not?
They're both sides.
They're both the side ones. So remember it goes isosceles, equilateral, scalene. So you never pick two from the same like. Yeah. Okay. So we know that it's definitely not that. But it is a scalene. Okay. And so it's gonna be an obtuse. No, an acute.
It's acute.
Acute. Okay. None of the sides are marked, so we know that it's a scalene.